Good day, everyone. My name is Damilola Adekunle. Welcome to today's conversation here on Sheed X FM. We are going to be talking about something we all chase but rarely define properly. That is clarity. Whether it's deciding a career move, sorting out a relationship, or just figuring out what to eat for dinner, clarity plays a role. And who is better to unpack this with us than someone who has made it his craft? Abiola Moshood Atobatele, CEO Abiola.co, a clarity consultant who has worked with founders, leaders, and everyday people to cut through the noise and see their next step clearly. Abiola, great to have you here.
Yeah, my pleasure. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, so people hire you for clarity on life-changing matters and decision.
Right.
So before we go into the program proper, please, can you also profile solution for me, because I'm quite very confused. I want to have a dinner. Am I supposed to have swallow or rice? Let's talk about that before we go into the program. Help me through the process. Let me figure it out.
Well, yeah. Well. Clarity in that will be, it's about your choice. Mm-hmm. And, clarity, I like the way you make clarity something that you need to put it into everything.
Yes.
But can you, such decision, even decision as what to eat, can literally, save a lot of time. You've seen couples like husband and wife, and they want to decide what are we going to eat tonight, and it's like she's saying this, he's saying that. They're not sure, they're unsure, and it's always one of the couple that is usually faster with decision. Mm-hmm. For me as a person, at a particular point in time, it's always easy that I have when it comes to food, like whatever goes. Like I don't want to take time thinking about eating. I don't want to take time thinking about this little things. So I try to get those ones sorted so I don't have to take a lot of time in terms of processing it. And I always love if those are in processes. And you see great achievers as well, they love to have their routine in place. Even such, like you've seen Mark Zuckerberg is only wearing that t-shirt, blue shirt. That's a very simple clarity. You would see example there that he knows for sure he has to wear blue shirt in the morning. So he doesn't have to go through the process of what should I wear, like we have to do.
Yeah.
But again, that's just that's how we can see that clarity is actually applicable to everything we actually do. And that's why I've made it my pillar. That's why I've made it my forte. And that's why I've made it my everyday thing, because the importance of clarity cannot be overemphasized.
Okay. You've not answered. What do I have for dinner?
What do you have for dinner?
All right.
Whatever you feel like. What do you feel like having?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Swallow, rice.
Maybe you just have. What do you have?
The boat.
You have the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you prepare the boat in the first place?
Okay, so moving on. I want you to explain what you do to a 10-year-old without them falling asleep. Explain it in simple terms that people can easily understand. Because the first time I met you, you said you're a clarity consultant. Yeah. I'm like, clarity consultant? That's my first time hearing that. Oh. A clarity consultant. So can you explain what you do exactly?
So basically, like the word clearly says, I help people find clarity. Clarity in their careers. For the founders and CEOs, they have a vision of what they want to achieve in their company, with their business. But I help them further refine and give more clarity into that, and even clarity into how they're going to execute it. I further even give clarity to their workers to have, this cohesion between the founder's vision and the employee's vision. I make sure it's synced. I make sure it's aligned, and clearly, with clarity, it's comprehensive enough that I know that my growth is in this company. I make sure it's comprehensive enough, because if I'm going to talk about that alone, having clarity for employees to have a clarity in terms of what the growth part is in an organization is very important, because until that is very clear, they're not really aligned. And so I help with that as well. So I help with the executions. Some people call me the executionist. I get things done for them. I do trainings for teams as well. And even in some cases, I help them find the right person for the right job as well. So yeah, that's why it's needed. That's what I do. That's what I do for founders and for businesses. So if you've got a business, that you want to start and you need help with that, I can help you execute that. I can help you set up the process. I can help you get the team. I can help you execute. I can help you scale. I can help you identify the right synergy, the right partners you should be having for that business. I can help you identify how you're going to be doing your branding. I can help you identify with clarity how you're going to be marketing, branding, structuring, a whole lot of things.
You're
That too
indeed
with clarity.
a marketer because you're already selling yourself
Yeah.
on the show.
Oh.
Already. The first question, you're selling yourself.
Well, because you said, what do I do? So, I mean, I had to answer. So, pretty much, I'm trying to bring clarity to the question you asked against whatever I've said so far.
Okay. So, how long have you been doing this?
So, I went to Pakistan when I was as early as 17. With my dad. There's a long story on the other side. And since there, I've studied my computer science. And after doing computer science, I started a small software house. And I started off actually through freelancing. And I had a partner, then a Pakistani partner. And then we were providing freelancing services, and that scaled up to become a software house. And we started providing mobile app services, web services. So through the years, I helped several businesses in their digital marketing. I helped several businesses in their online presence. So that has groomed me to understand different businesses in different niche as well. So that's where that came from. And, during the way I picked up different skills when it comes to SEO, Google Ads, Facebook Ads. I picked up graphic design. I used to make even assets for my graphic designer then. Back then when we used to make mobile app in Android Studio, now it's across platforms that are mostly common. There are many other platforms now for making mobile apps. And even AI now, you make apps with AI as well now. So those has really grown me and shaped me into that as well. And that was a completely different environment, a different niche. And I've worked with clients abroad as well. I've worked with clients in the US, I've worked with clients in the UK, I've worked with clients in Canada. And that has given me a very diversified portfolio and a diversified clientele that I've worked with and experienced as well. So what I came up with this as it then eventually, gave birth to what I have today as a clarity consultant.
Okay, so with everything you've explained now, do you think adults overcomplicate clarity with your years of experience?
Sorry, come again. Nadia.
Do you think adults
Okay.
overcomplicate clarity?
I don't know. It's not like, I won't say they overcomplicate clarity, but I think they are not clear enough.
Okay.
They do not have, and like I said, clarity cannot be overemphasized. Like there is no amount of clarity that is enough. And this is even me. I still do clarity for myself, my everyday task. Like I want clarity in what do I want to do.
Exactly.
Because it's like until and unless you identify the problem with clarity, like I'm very clear this is the problem. I'm very clear. We cannot address it. So you need to have clarity in your processes. You need to have clarity. Where am I going? If you don't know where you're going, if that's not clear, you just think of it as you wearing the glasses. If that glasses is blur, if there's no clarity within it, you cannot see.
Then how do I get the clarity?
Good. I have a thing, depends on what you want to get clarity with. So let's say, for example, you want to get clarity on your career. So I have an exercise which I usually do. I'm doing it for the folks. So you're very lucky, Abiola. You're having this exclusive content.
I'm so lucky.
Yeah, thank you. So you got this. I have this why loop which I do. So what's why loop? Why loop is a series of why. You asking yourself a series of why, like why are we doing this interview? Why am I in this place? Why do I have to wait till 9 p.m.? Why am I doing this job? And then once you give an answer to that, why that? Why that? So that why loop eventually gives you it's an exercise you do that gives you a clarity that eventually brings you to a purpose of what you're doing. I'll give you a rough example. Is like somebody will say, I want to study medicine. Why do you want to study medicine? Because I want to be a doctor. Why do you want to become a doctor? Because I want to treat people. Why do you want to treat people? Because I want to save lives. Now, because of this why loop, we've reached to a place where it's more purposeful, and that's where. Otherwise, if you don't get to that particular point, if he stops at being a doctor, now when this guy become a doctor, then what? And then there's that footstep that comes over there. So that's why it's important. That's why I do this why loop. I help people identify this clarity. I help people once they get this clarity, they feel a greater sense of purpose and a greater sense of drive. And it doesn't just end there. It now breaks down into even the daily task, the short-term goals, because they need to have what wakes them up in the morning. when there is no alarm to wake them up.
Exactly. What you just said, I remember then when I wanted to get admission into university, I wanted law. Why do I want law? I don't know. I just want law. And my dad said, you have to study mass communication. You have to. There's this polytechnic I used to see. I want you to go to the polytechnic.
Right.
Like, why do you want to study mass communication? I was like, okay, let me just go for this man. And then I said to myself, why mass communication? And then I figure out I want to do this. And that has kept me going.
Lovely.
And I'm here with Abiola.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And you're going a very, very long way. I think you're headed in the right direction.
Thank you.
And as long as it's you actually, the beauty of this is you feel it. You get passionate about it. It's something, it comes natural. You're not supposed, no one is going to ask you, oh, pick up the camera. No one is going to ask you, oh, pick up the mic. You're going to do it because it's your passion. That's where you find yourself.
Okay, so is it possible to have too much clarity, like being so sure of something that you can stop listening to other perspective? Because, when you're so sure, it gets to a point that you don't even want to listen to any other person because you feel, I am so sure.
I mean, if you have that, that's beautiful. I mean, if you have if you have that much clarity, that you're confident that you're doing the right thing, I would say go ahead. I always say, I'd rather fail on my own decision, on my own choices, than fail on someone else's choices. So if you have that much clarity and you're sure of what you're doing, be my guest, go ahead, do it, go chase it. I'm going to be that person that say, man, go for it.
Go for it.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so does clarity helps in relationship? It doesn't have to be husband and wife, like friendship.
Yeah,
does clarity
okay.
help in situations like that?
I think it does. I think it does help in relationship because, you've seen people who are going into a relationship and they're unsure about what they want from that relationship. And then you end up having heartbreaking. Why not be honest and be clear with what you want from this relationship? Do you want to be serious with it? Do you want to play around? If you have a clarity with that, it even gets better.
Okay, so I want you to give me an example or two of how clarity has helped you make a decision and is still helping you. Can we look at that?
Absolutely. So if for me in particular, clarity has been the reason why, because I've realized, and the funny enough, I am that person that I've touched several niches. I don't, if I start breaking down, means
You've tried everything.
I've pretty much tried everything, and the beauty is I love that. I love doing that. So I see humans are inherently multi-talented. And for me, it was just making sense to explore most of those talents. I know others will argue, be specified and all of that. And it's more of coming up with clarity, the questions, why am I doing each of those? And then as I keep asking that question, and I keep getting answers, and I keep doing those. And that's what and maybe it's also from the side of me being a motivational speaker as well. And that motivational speaking part came out of, I used to do declamation and debates back when I was in Pakistan. I used to do debates and I used to win. I won many awards as well, international competitions as well. So that's where I think public speaking and motivational speaking part came into play. And I would always try to define success, and then I used to define success. I guess I still have that definition for success, but I think I'm going to add clarity to that. So my definition of success is anyone who has a clarity of what he or she wants from life and is on his path to achieve that is successful. So even now I used to kind of add, this is an optional add-ons to that, which is, and doesn't have any financial constraint in doing that. But that's optional, not necessarily. Yeah. So that's where clarity came from. It's a natural thing. It just occurred to me that I think the moment the things which I have even when it comes to look at it's AI. You need clarity in terms of your questions, otherwise you won't get the right answer.
It keeps going like this.
It keeps going like this. Yeah.
Until you ask the right question.
You ask the right question. So you need clarity with that. If you don't know what you want clearly, if you're just there then. But if you have the right questions, then you get the right answers. Now, this is the time actually. Even Google, it's always when I Google, if you don't put the right questions, you don't get the right answer. Now with AI, that's the same thing. You always need the right questions as well. So yeah, that's where clarity came from me.
Okay, so Sorry.
No,
So
it's not.
anyone out there,
Yeah.
like a young adult trying to figure out what to do with his or his life,
Absolutely.
or her life.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say to someone like that watching you right now?
I'd say you're in the right position and right place. If you have that question in your head, that's the right place to be. All you need to do is, I'll tell you one thing. This is a takeaway from me. So think of yourself as having two pathways. One is your career path, and one is your financial freedom path. So if you don't have it really all figured out with your career path, just face financial freedom fair and square. What I mean by that, I'm facing financial freedom fair and square means anything goes. Whatever comes your way, you're getting it done. You're getting it done. Like, imagine me working in KFC. I should be having that satisfaction that I'm doing this to achieve my temporary financial freedom so that I can achieve my long-term goal. So if you have that at least that mindset, you gives you satisfaction. So whatever you're doing, make sure I know some situations in life would put you in places that might not be your exact long-term goal, but I trust me, it adds up at the end of the day, because maybe it's grooming you for some skills that you're going to be needing back later on in the day, or maybe it's helping you with your temporary financial needs. But identify that, bring in some clarity, ask the right questions, and ask the right people as well at some point if you have to. And I'm sure you'll get those answers, and you'd feel it as well. I mean, because it's things that would align with you, and you should be satisfied with whatever you're doing. And I mean, because regardless of wherever you are, if you have that clarity and you're sure of where you're going, I mean, I think that would give you some sense of purpose and satisfaction. So make sure you arrive at that as soon as possible. You don't need money to arrive at that.
Wow. That's so inspiring.
Thank you.
I'm so inspired.
Oh, I'm glad.
I feel like flying.
I hope you do, and I'm sure you will.
I want to fly.
You will fly.
I want to fly like this.
I want you to fly. I mean, if you believe it, you can do it. I mean, we never thought we'd have an airplane at some point in time, but we do have today. I mean, what?
Are you saying that I'm going to fly?
I mean, I believe whenever you imagine yourself to do, and I love to work with people where I say that I want to go to space. They start preparing my uniform.
Oh,
that's the kind of team I want.
Wow.
I want a team that's ready to fly with me. So when you say it, it means you said it from a certain, there's a reason why that came out. And I want to believe in that.
I'll be flying soon.
Yes.
I'll be flying
soon. See Damilola in the sky.
I will be flying soon.
Yes, she will be flying
exactly.
soon.
So, you mentioned, we had a conversation and you mentioned that you're coming up with a company, a high company.
Yes.
Something. Can we talk about that?
All right. So I've been out of Nigeria for practically over 15 years. I came 8-9 years ago. I mean, very briefly for just 3 weeks. And I'm coming now again because it's always like whenever I want to come back to Nigeria, I think I hold a responsibility, obviously, to give back. It's my home country, and to do something really substantial and to use the exposure which I've had and to add value to my people back home in Nigeria. So the only reason that brought me here was because of this youth camp which we were doing, Moshood youth camp, and which there was 400 kids were involved, and I thought it was with Fatima, which I wished to work with, and I was like, yeah, let's give it. It's worth my time, and obviously get to meet my parents as well. It's a very brief time, but it was impactful. So I'm planning my comeback to Nigeria, and I want to come back to impact the youth. I'm coming back to bring value. I'm going to be setting up a software academy. I'm going to be giving career counseling to Nigerian youth, giving them awareness, giving them clarity sessions to give them guidance to the right path, expose them to opportunities that are available globally, the ones I've experienced, the one I've seen, and also even equip them, if possible, with the right tools to help them do that. What I mean by right tools, I mean internet, I mean laptop, computers. So this is what I'm looking into to walk into, and I would also love to, partner with the right people as well, and so that because I think together with the right synergies, you're able to do more together. My vision is pretty much clear. I know Nigerians are talented, inherently talented, but limitations such as unavailability of internet, unavailability of laptop resources have limited that possibility. So I really want to do that, and I want to tap into that, and I want to really further. Nigeria is already on the map, trust me. I want to further cement Nigeria in the global map and bring as many youth as I can to the global stage.
Thank you so much. I have to ask you this question before you leave. Sure. Now, I want you to look at Nigeria as a whole, the economy, everything about Nigeria.
Yeah.
Can you give us a clarity? on how to move forward?
Very, 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 very important question there.
Yes.
And to be honest, I think there's a lot of. Okay, so Pakistan, where I lived for a long period of time, is also a developing countries like Nigeria. And between they were also ruled by British, just like Nigeria is ruled by British. So we've got that similarities. With Nigerians, I see a lot of opportunities, but the problem is the people inside don't see that opportunities.
Okay.
It only takes those who have gone out, who are more exposed, who has more seen a bigger clarity to see those opportunities. So that's where you can see the power of exposure. So I want to now bring in exposure to that people, and to take Nigerian forward, the beauty about Nigeria is we have enough youth. So we need to equip this youth with the right resources. And I don't know, for some reason, I believe in Tinubu, I believe in this government. I just feel we're going to be headed to the right
Are
direction.
you looking forward
soon
to
enough.
work with him to achieve all of this or
I mean,
something?
I'm looking forward to do work for anything that would make Nigerian better. I'm all in for it, and absolutely, I'm looking for such opportunity to help Nigerians scale as to the right direction. So back to the question is we need to invest in our youth. We need to improve infrastructure such as internet. We need to. I think it's the high time we have more internet providers, so that there should be more competition in the internet providers. I don't want the mobile companies to be the one taking care of that.
Yes.
This is usually a separate entity in itself. But if they can, but at least do it well, and it should be accessible. It should be affordable as well. Then hopefully
It's not very affordable.
it's not affordable right now. It needs to be affordable, basically. And then, other than that, electricity. So we need to have this. Then laptops, computers. There was a program back in Pakistan where they gave laptops to all the youths in studying schools, and that really impacted a lot. That scaled the software export. So I think we can have something of similar here in Nigeria as well. And because it's really important. I've seen some girl where they don't use laptop, and I'm like, how can you at this age and time not use laptop? I mean, back in
I hope
Pakistan,
by the end of the show I'm going to get one because
I hope
I'm
so.
a youth.
Yes,
I'm
I
getting
know.
one from
But
Abiola.
look, and see, she's a gadget girl. She has gadget in her hand,
Can you?
so she does know.
You're not
I think,
using your clarity.
properly here.
You're not using it on me.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm getting one after the show.
By the way, I can look at it. There's a screen in front of me in the studio, so I think
I'm getting
she's
one. Go.
Fair enough. Yeah, we'll get you one. Okay, fair enough. So, that being said, so hopefully I'm relying on our leaders, because I mean I'm just saying this is in a very small scale, but our leaders are the ones that are in the position to make the biggest impact, and if they're able to take few decisions, and I feel maybe we're heading in the right direction. I've been hearing some news. I think now we are IMF free now, and I hope that's the step in the right directions. But me coming back to Nigeria, and I've seen some places, I'm not really very satisfied, and which I'm also taking the responsibility as well. But I think we collectively now have to really do something better for Nigeria. We need to do something better for our home country. There is a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of untapped resources. Let's just organize it together. That's it. Put it together, and we'll have a better space for there. We'd have a lot of families to be fed. There's a lot of home to be, lighted, taken care of. There's a lot of youth to be empowered, enabled. So let's take on this responsibility. You do your share, I do my share.
We are in this together.
We are in this together.
We are in this together.
Absolutely. Hopefully
Thank you
we can
so
scale
much for
things up.
coming,
No,
Abiola.
my pleasure.
That's a very great one. I really
And that's
appreciate
one of the reasons why when you even asked for an interview, I love the fact that you did. And by the way, this is my first interview in Nigeria in Sheed FM. I think it's
Sheed X FM.
Sheed X FM. I'm sorry. I think
And I'm getting a laptop for that, guys.
It's worth mentioning.
It's not easy. If it's a runner.
Mention it. So I think I hope I'm trying to, because she's also in Abiola right now, and I think this is beautiful. I'm not sure there are many FM around here, and she's trying to get something of. Please do support the platform. Enable her. Enable one of yours. Support a small startup. And looking forward to see more people come here and have interview and enable our people and inform our people out there. I think she's got a vision right. And I wish you the very best of luck. Great
Thank you.
work, Damilola.
Thank you.
And I think you're heading in that direction.
Can I be in your... Okay, I'm still in Nigeria. We have to make it better together, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We have to make it better together.
Yes.
So I can't follow him back to Pakistan.
Yeah, fair enough. We have to make Nigeria better. But you never know. Opportunities might come. You might come for a project. You might come back. We might collaborate, for content. Like, I have a company back there in Pakistan as well, which is actually a talent management company. So I'm also looking for collaborating with creators. We'll be waiting for maybe FMs. Let's see what's possible.
I'm
sure we'll find one or two places to have a synergy there.
Thank you. So I'm very sure that we all had an amazing time here on the show, and it's still SheedX FM. Special thanks to Samuel Adeche, and special thanks to the little boy in the studio. Thank you so much. My name is Damilola Adekule. Do well to have a wonderful day. Bye.